Broadcasting from beautiful, tropical Vero Beach, Florida, it's Money Nation with Ed Gardner.
Good morning and welcome to Money Nation. Today's guests are Dip and Tina. They're the co-founders of NeuralTrend. They're going to speak to us about big data and artificial intelligence. As many of our listeners know, they're two key driving forces in the economy today, especially as we evolve towards a fourth industrial revolution. Tina and Dip, welcome to the show.
Hello, Ed.
Thank you
for having us here in the show.
Thank you for being here, both of you guys. Guys, tell us a little bit about NeuralTrend, what it is and why you started it.
Yeah. At NeuralTrend, we are focused on commercializing big data and AI for good. For our audiences who may not fully apprehend like big data and AI, I like to explain the term big data as data that is so large, fast, and complex that it is very difficult or almost impossible to process using traditional methods. So it's not only the volume of data, but also a variety of data and the velocity or speed at which the data is processed and encompassed that defines big data. And AI, on the other hand, is simply a simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. Exactly. In our case, it's like superhumans, you see, Ed. NeuralTrend leverages both big data and AI to deliver an end-to-end analytics solution that helps retailers understand consumer preferences so they can optimize their products around them, therefore reducing overproduction and increasing their growth. We enable retailers to make real-time decisions with insights from millions of data points that we collected over social media channels. And we do it in real time, like every day. And our cloud platform is so easy to use. It's subscription-based and it sits on a cloud, and the retailers can access it with one touch of a button and gather actionability around what to do with each product that they carry every season. NeuralTrend, it actually started just as an idea of forecasting technology to disrupt laggard industries. All of the founders here, we have background in big data and AI, and we got together to talk about how to apply it in an underrepresented industry like retail. And then we got a team of experts from retail and AI backgrounds and to optimize a solution that we have been building. And we all, got together and built this business around it.
So you guys scrape data off the internet you guys are working with fashion companies and fashion retailers. Just tell us a little bit about what is exactly scraping. I know it's gathering data, but just tell us a little bit about that. What exactly you're doing. Tina?
Sure, yeah. So basically, the gist of our model is collection of data points that we detect across the internet. That can be both text data, it can be image data, it can be sentiment data from consumers in terms of how they're feeling about certain products or certain brands. So it's really a wide collection of data that we believe represents a behavior that consumers are looking to exhibit.
What's the problem you're trying to solve for these clothing manufacturers and retailers?
Yeah, so every year there's more and more retailers that are going bankrupt. Last year alone, there were about 35 big retailers that went out of business, and there were over 12,000 stores that were closed. And stat shows that the huge contributor to this is actually inventory misjudgment. Retailers lose on an annual basis, about $300 billion in inventory misjudgment. And the question today is, why does that happen? Why are retailers not able to understand the consumers? Over the last decade, with the rise of social media, people are now exposed to influences every day, and which are altering their preferences. So an item that a celebrity or an influencer wears one day could become a trend overnight, and retailers don't have access to that information. In their traditional processes, they've been predominantly relying on historical records to make their decisions. So historical sales patterns, maybe some market research data that comes out once a quarter, but it's losing relevance the more and more, or the faster and faster consumers are changing. And so this is where Neural Trend comes in. We close the gap between consumer demand and retailer supply by providing them with these real-time, predictive, and also actionable insights for them to make decisions around what to do from a merchandising standpoint.
It sounds like a much better way to do it. A lot more data, a lot more info for them to make decisions on what they're going to manufacture and whatnot. And now, the AI that you guys use, would that be called data intelligence AI? And how does that differ from other types of AI, like enterprise AI and other kinds of AI?
Yeah, and let me explain a bit how we are using this, how we build this, so Ed, we are focused on a bleeding edge technology here that requires constant reshaping while delivering a direct positive impact on the business fast. So that's the goal. And to do this, we started by building a model that can be reused in different cases for different industries initially. And then we started to train the model to do certain things really, really well. And when I say model, it means the AI model and the big data model that we have been building internally. In the fashion industry, within the merchandising space, we are predicting which products resonate best with retailers' customers by training these models accordingly. And when retailers apply our recommendations to their inventory, they see a significant increase in sales as an outcome of these models. And to do this, we use big data by collecting large volumes of variety of data and very fast. And external data such as product images, reviews, brand information, like Tina was saying, and also internal history and locations and much more from the retailers themselves, and then come up with actionable insights that help merchandise planning. So you see the model, the algorithm, everything that has to do something. It's not just the technology itself, but we are not only focused on the technology, but also the outcome and how it shapes our customers' business and how it brings benefit to the customers. That's what we focus along with the technology.
Are you guys in the testing phase or live phase right now, testing phase? Or are you guys a proof of concept? Where exactly are you guys right now?
Yeah, so we're fully live and in use by several businesses, including academia partners. Our platform launched live last August, and we had the opportunity to pilot with several notable name brands, from anywhere from small to large size brands. And where our product is currently is what we consider in beta stages. So we're continuously testing it, applying our insights, and growing features and functionalities of it.
What kind of companies are you working with now? A couple fashion companies, the manufacturers or retailers?
Yeah, some of the larger names we can't really disclose, but we worked with a handful of brands and retailers. We worked with manufacturers of white label brands that go into larger retailers like Costco's and Walmart, and we worked with smaller direct-to-consumer luxury brands like Moda-Zeta.
Beautiful. How much does it cost to set up the AI for each customer and your lead time? And do you have to customize for certain customers over others?
Yeah, and when we started building this, we thought about, like, we do focus on good AI, which means when we are building something, it should not be just for a certain section of the industry or society. So we wanted to make this available to everybody. That's the first thought we came up with. So our pricing, when we thought about pricing, we wanted to make sure that it is priced in a way that anyone can buy it, anyone can use it. So we started with two things. We started, one is off-the-shelf product that anyone can get in, register within 5 minutes and start using the product, and they will see enough insights to have some actionable outcomes from those insights. Then this literally takes less than 5 minutes. Like, it's like signing up for an email. That's it. So yeah, it's just 5 minutes. Nothing, no hassles there. But on the other hand, we also provide this white glove kind of service where we integrate with these large retailers or medium-sized retailers where they want more. They want something that's more catered towards their customers, their internal data, their internal business. So what we do is we kind of integrate with their, for example, their sales history, their line sheets of their brands, their current customer base. So we get all that information, and then we hook it up with our insights, and then the output that comes out is a lot more catered towards the business, if I may. And this typically takes about 2 to 3 weeks at most, and it all depends on how structured their internal data is, how well they have built their own data pipeline.
How has your customers seen the improvement in business and sales? Has it been significant? Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, there were several ways we measured ROI. Some, it depends on the use cases. So if it's a brand, a retailer, or a manufacturer, they might use it for different purposes, but the insights are equally actionable. Where the ROI is measured is where it's different. So for the small brand we work with, Motazita, I mentioned, as a result of our insights, we were able to increase 215% in their customer engagement. So in the way they engaged and find customers that are suitable for their product line. For other use cases, like the manufacturer that we worked with, the white label manufacturer, they used us as a quantitative market research tool to help put more weight into how they sell into these big retailers, and they were able to get in as a result.
Very interesting. We're going to take a quick break here, guys. Remember, listeners, any questions at all, you can always feel free to give me a call at 518-255-8854, or you can email me at edgardner@cutterco.com. We'll be right back.
All opinions expressed by Ed Gardner and or his guests on the Money Nation show are solely Ed Gardner's and or his guests' opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Cutter & Company or any of their affiliates. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Ed Gardner and or guests as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only in as an expression of their opinion. Ed Gardner's and his guests' opinions are based on information he considers reliable, but neither Cutter & Company nor affiliates and or subsidies warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. Always talk to your financial advisor before making such decisions.
Welcome back to Money Nation. Guys, does your AI integrate with other aspects of retail? I mean, is it a platform or is it a point solution?
Yeah, I can talk about that one. So if you look at the retailer's entire business operation or merchandising lifecycle, we can integrate throughout its supply chain. So we are really considered to be an end-to-end solution for improving profits in retail. We built a platform that sits on top of existing infrastructure within retailers, making it easy to integrate. And our insights are integrated anywhere from upstream decisions like, making better product development decisions or sourcing decisions, anyway, to maximizing profits downstream by, shortening reorder cycles in merchandise, by being proactive about demand, quicker site placement by understanding where geographically consumers are looking for particular products. We're improving marketing and e-commerce operation by positioning the right products in front of the right customers. And all of that is easily accessed through this cloud platform that Deb mentioned is just at the click of a button.
How big is this market? Is this relatively new? How is your competition in this space?
Yeah, so this is a huge and growing market. It's a multi-billion-dollar market that's growing in terms of application of data insights in general, but also within the retail industry specifically. There's traditional, we have, direct and indirect competitors. They're slowly losing market dominance because of lack of speed of integrating AI into their processes. So there's traditional companies like WGSN or Djenge, who I mentioned, use market research that is released once a quarter, and as a result, they're becoming less and less relevant. And there's other companies like Trendalytics and Curatech, which report on external insights only, where every retailer can become, can have the same product offering. How we're differentiated is we really integrate external insights with retailers' internal data to filter recommendations that are personalized for retailers. And we do that by making recommendations that use various AI models. So from natural language processing, which process text data, to image data, to search trends, etc. We combine all of that and provide very actionable, granular insights on a SKU level. So it's not just for assortment, but it's also on an individual product level. Let's say a retailer is trying to decide if a certain shade of red will sell better within their inventory. Well, we can provide that level of granularity.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So you guys use big data and AI to try to, and then you scrape the internet to find out what is going to be the next best thing and what companies should focus on manufacturing and selling. Now, can this same technology be used in different industries? Let's say financial markets. Could you scrape the internet to find out what the next best stock is? Is that possible?
Oh, Ed, you nailed it in the head. Like, he just brought up financial market. That's very interesting. So here's a fun story. Okay, our model does very well in finding correlation between human sentiments towards a topic and product. You see, that's one of the key things of how we build this whole model. And our CTO, here's what happened. Our CTO, who actually just simply trades for fun. He's like a day trader. He just does it for fun. And one day he told me this: "Hey, Dave, I was just playing with this model to find volumes of positive and negative sentiments towards Ethereum in crypto, and I ended up making quite a bit in a short trade. So he got rich very fast, I suppose. And then he started investing using these insights that he's building with these models, like for both long-term and short-term trades. And like I was surprised, like his strategy seems to be working with this data that he's getting, and he said, okay. And I ended up putting a little bit of my money too into his strategy. And and one of the things is we believe in something called good AI, which means like you shouldn't hold something good for yourself. Like if it's a model that you're building, you should share it. Like it's not just for something raw purpose, only for money purpose. So we decided, like, why not give these insights to everyone, like not just keep it for ourselves. So yeah, we are currently building a tool set, and we are calling it Alpha Trend, which is a version of our model, and we are about a month and a half away from launching it. And what it does, it gives some unique insights. We call it alternative fundamentals and social sentiments, and that helps traders and investors find the next alpha and manage their risk within the portfolio that they have.
Now, so can anyone? You said you're gonna provide it for a price, not for free, right? So
not for free, of course not.
Right.
Like
so what would it be, like a subscription where I pay a certain amount a month, and then I could go in there and maybe put in securities that I like into the insights, and that would track it for me?
Exactly. So
it would work like
it's
that.
Going to be, yeah, it's exactly. It's going to be a very simple subscription model. Like, you just subscribe to it, and you see all the insights that you require in one single place, and you just use that to make your strategies and your decisions.
Will it also make recommendations far as other securities that the insights has found? Will list other companies that they think are looking positive?
Yeah. So what we do is we don't directly say, hey, put your money here or there, but
right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we don't do that because we are not comfortable doing that. Everybody has their own strategy on when they're trying to think about these things, right? So what we are doing is we are bringing these insights that we learned a lot of traders seek for and they don't have, like, whether a company is is doing well with the CEO, or whether with its customer base, or how the employees are feeling about certain things. We gather all that insights, and these helps traders make decision on their investment and managing some of the risks with their portfolios.
Is there other companies doing exactly that? Is there anyone else scraping data, big data, and putting that towards a financial type app?
Not the way we are doing it, Ed, right now.
Not the way you're doing it.
There are other companies who does similar features, but not exactly with alternative fundamentals or the social sentiments the way we are doing it.
obviously your software, your algorithms are all patented, right? So no one else can use them.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You guys just won an award, University of Chicago Fellowship Award. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Peter?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to take that one. So University of Chicago on an annual basis awards it's called Polsky Fellowship Award, and it chooses a handful of entrepreneurs who are about to graduate or have graduated from University of Chicago Booth School of Business, and awards them an annual fellowship that to support them in building out their business. And Dip and I were amongst 7 of the chosen ones. So we're super thankful to both Polsky and University of Chicago for helping us support these efforts.
Well, guys, this sounds very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to checking back with you in the future. This technology looks cutting edge and helping not only fashion, could be helping people in the finance, could be helping probably many other industries you guys are probably working on. So very interesting. Keep in touch. I want to thank you both for being with here, and look forward to talking to you guys in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ed, for hosting us and for taking the time to learn about us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Last question, guys. Is there a way that anyone could get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, the best way to get in touch with us is to send us a note at hello@neuraltrend.com. And they can also visit our website, www.neuraltrend.com.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dip. Thanks, Tina. Remember, listeners, any questions at all about your portfolio or investments, feel free to give me a call at 518-255-8854, or you can email me at edgardner@cutterco.com. And you can always go back and look at previous interviews on YouTube. Just search on YouTube, Money Nation channel. Thank you very much and have a great day.